Hi, everybody. This is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut. Hopefully, you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So, the question we have to ask ourselves now, since the Mets have played a lot better over the last 2 weeks, really, at 11-4, they played really well. They had a very good homestand. They went 5-1 on the homestand after losing the first game of the stand. They went and won 5 in a row. This past weekend, they played a good team. They played a team that had been playing really well, and the San Diego Padres. Now, they're going to go play the Rangers. They're going to go play the Cubs. Then they come back. I failed to mention the last time I spoke to you was they played the Yankees. They play the Yankees next week. So the Mets have a pretty tough couple of games here in the next week or so. Give us a pretty good idea of where they are as a team. But first things first, let's talk about where the Mets are right now. They are 1.5 games out of the last wild card spot. There's at least 5 teams ahead of them between that spot. The team that has that spot, believe it or not, is the Washington Nationals of all teams. And the Mets played them pretty well a couple weeks ago, part of this 11-4 string that they put together. Now, are they a playoff team right now? That's a good question. The biggest thing and the key player in all of this is Edwin Diaz. He looked great on Friday night. He looked really good on Saturday. He was throwing extremely hard, throwing close to 99, 100 miles an hour, and he looked very, very confident out there. So that is really the first thing we have to look at. If he doesn't pitch well, the Mets are not going to win. If they're getting something out of Edwin Diaz in terms of just him being reliable like he was 2 years ago, the Mets have a good shot at this thing. Now, the pitching has actually picked up over the last 2 weeks in terms of just the starters. Other than a lousy start on Tuesday by Tyler McGill, the Mets starters have actually been very strong, and they've been getting some length out of them. They haven't been getting kicked out of games early, so that's a good sign. The offense, which has been abysmal, is being led by J.D. Martinez. Now, Martinez has done a great job over the last couple of weeks because his bat is picked up. He's driving runs in. He's hitting that ball to right center field. I guess that's his power lane. And he has just done a great job. I mean, he won the game on Thursday. He went 10 straight at-bats, getting on base. He basically won the game on Friday night. And he's hitting home runs. He's hitting doubles. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and that's be a professional hitter. And it's really trickled down the entire lineup, I think. And you're starting to see it picking up. It seems Francisco Lindor has hit much, much better since he's been in the leadoff spot. In his leadoff spot, just leave him there. Don't touch him. Brandon Nimmo has picked it up a little bit, batting second in this lineup. He's not really a 3-hitter, I think. I think he puts too much pressure on himself. Batting second is a better spot for him. And, of course, Pete Alonso, who went through a bad stretch. He had a big game on Sunday. He drove him 5 runs, hit that mammoth home run in the first inning. So this lineup is starting to pick up, especially the top guys. And if they can get a little bit of this and a little bit of that from the bottom of this lineup, get timely hitting at the bottom of this lineup, they should be in very good shape. And it's funny, over the last 24 hours, I was saying to myself, what does this team need to do to be a playoff team? Now, as you know, July 30th is the trade deadline. And because of it being July 30th, now we have an idea of the day we need to focus on. But what do the Mets need? Well, we know one thing they need is they need a lefty in that bullpen. Because Jake Diekman's not doing it, and obviously with Brooks Raley being hurt, that is something the Mets are going to have to address, and that's getting a lefty reliever in here that can get outs. Now, the Mets sent the reliever down to the minors and Danny Young because they brought Edwin Diaz back, and there was a bit of a sort of a, Danny Young has options. Jake Diekman's been a veteran player. They're not ready to give up on him. But the problem with Diekman is he walks the ballpark, and he had a terrible 8th inning. I mean, really, his 8th inning really set up the Padres trying to get back into the game. They got the Mets were up by a run in the 8th inning, and if it wasn't for the offense picking it up again, it was going to be a very hairy 9th inning. They would have had to go to Edwin Diaz. Instead, they went to Sean Reed Foley. But that's one area of need. I was thinking what else they could use probably a backup shortstop here. Even though Jose Iglesias has done a good job, that's an area of need they could do. That's not a big deal. Getting another outfielder, I think, would help. A guy with a little more production, maybe an everyday player. I'm not sure. But we're not talking about anything major here. That's going to have to give a lot of pieces in terms of that farm system for the things they're looking for. And the pitching is going to get better. Christian Scott's going to be coming back. Jose Quintana pitched really well the other day, which was a good sign considering he had not pitched well of late. But that's the questions we have to ask now. Is this a playoff team? And it's hard to say right now. But the biggest thing, and I've said this, and I think we can all agree, Mets have to get to 500. Once you get to 500 and you stay at 500, you got a chance to win a wild card spot, and then anything can happen. And there's nothing wrong with saying that the team gets to the playoffs, even if you're out of there after 3 games or you're out of there after a series. There's nothing wrong with saying that I'd like to see them make the playoffs. I think that'd be a good thing for us to see our team, America's team, get to postseason. I don't think that's anything wrong with that. I know that some people online and some people on the radio think it would be a big mistake for the Mets to make the postseason this year, but I do not think that. I was thinking about that today. I don't think that's a bad thing. So, you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut. More videos during the day. Keep an eye out for the Mets lineup. That'll be posted in a little bit. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you later.